So in Evaxion, we're trying to develop personalized medicine by exploiting either the specific mutations that a cancer bears of a specific patient, or by looking into some attracting targets of viruses, of some other bacteria. And this is to develop effective and also to develop a safe medicine, something that is currently missing from the market and from the patient's treatment. So right now there are many novel and cutting-edge technologies that scientists can deploy to deliver these vaccines to the patients. And in Evaxion, of course, we have a big portfolio of different modalities that we are probing. I can say that we are working with the peptides and also with DNA-based vaccine technologies. And these two very promising technologies have actually entered the clinical stage. This happened a few years ago for Evaxion, and now we're also proceeding with the peptide technology in a phase 2 study that is about to be initiated very soon. So as I mentioned already, there are diseases that Evaxion is trying to treat, range from cancer to bacterial infections. And of course, I think there is no doubt that cancer is a huge threat to public health nowadays. I think every family around the world has at least one relative suffering from this very malicious disease. And then we're also looking into viral targets like coronavirus, for example, or with we're also looking at some bacterial infections that are really detrimental to many patients. So it's really important to develop effective therapies for those. Of course, this has been a curse for the whole planet. Everyone has suffered in one way or another, but of course, this has offered an elevation of the immunologists, and the scientific community has been also offered a new role into the public health, and people get more and more interested, and they appreciate more what's going on inside the labs. I think in Evaxion this has made us a bit more passionate to resolve the current pandemic, but more importantly to develop the tools that will allow humanity to act more timely when the new virus strikes. Because everyone agrees that unfortunately this is about to happen within the next 10 years already. I think there are actually really a lot of misconceptions about vaccines, especially with coronavirus. We saw that a lot. For instance, that coronavirus vaccines, they contain some debris from babies, or that vaccines can also trigger autism. This all comes from the disbelief of the public to scientists and to the scientific community. Since everything is moving so fast nowadays, the public has a huge trouble following the development, so they get very skeptical towards that. So my best advice would be to do a proper research, try to look into widely acceptable and internationally renowned health bodies like the World Health Organization, for instance. Try to stay away from misinformation web pages or other kind of sources, and in the end look in the past of humanity and see how far we've gone just with all this scientific progress and what the medical research has offered to us as humanity as a whole.